Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm System 3, and today we're going to be doing a tour of my game room. Why am I here, you may ask? Well, I just haven't used this studio in a while, and even if this isn't the most appropriate video to do it in, considering it's a, just kind of hey, my game room's changed a bit, I'll show you some stuff. I think this will be fun, because after this I want to spend less time editing and more time organizing my video files, because I have multiple phones, including my iPhone 6 Plus and 6, old phones, that just have files randomly, and I just gotta organize everything, organize my thoughts and ideas and such. So I just thought I'll just make a nice fun video, although this actually might be harder to edit and take longer to upload and such than like a Minecraft Let's Play. But, since my game room has changed a bit, let's do that. So let's go downstairs and take a look. So here we are in the game room. If you see when you start, you see the 8-bit game sign and my controllers, well, whatever, NES, Super Nintendo, and 64, Wii, Switch, GameCube, all the Xbox line, and just random stuff. My System 3 logo, that's it. Yeah, it's seen better days, but that shelf I'm probably going to fill up at one point. As you can see, there's my old VHS one that I'm going to move that to there sometime. I've got some totes of clothes that'll be moved soon. Here are my PlayStation 1 games and DVDs. Yeah, so I'll start with the shelving over here. So up there, it kind of looks messy, but that's just because I've been recently filming some videos where I needed to get out lots of cables. But anyway, up here, we just have my cable selection. Nintendo Labos, electronics, books, and Nintendo Labo, cleaning stuff, notebook, fan. This TV I used to record the VHS tape. These keys are for this drawer. See, I can lock it, although it's very easy to unlock, if you can see in there. There's just a latch, but you can't open it there, but do that. You can open it. I just have a bunch of wires in there. I really have a lot of wires. There is a dent, but it used to be an outwards dent because this TV accidentally, you can see, kind of fell on it. So I just kind of tried denting it back in, and it's just an indent now, but I think that's a lot better. There's not really much I can do to change it. Here we have paper, I don't know, just tools and stuff. It's not as messy as it looks. And other just stuff I use. I mean, there's a Connect, but you know what I mean. Let's talk about our games. So up there we just have boxes and stuff for stuff I have and extra VHSs and who even knows what. Here we have another Connect for the Xbox 360. We have my Atari 2600 games. I'm just gonna turn it like this. And some gift cards. This is actually a makeshift shelf, I should say. We have our NES games here. My System 3 hat. There. My Wii Fit Plus thing. There's the hat upside up. Wii Fit Plus box with the complete and sealed. Here's my games and N64. A jumper pack because I have the expansion pack. Headphone case. I don't know, that N64 promo VHS, it's still kind of sealed. We got original Xbox games and GameCube games. I mean, we got my 1-Up card and rubbing alcohol. Yeah, the bomb games don't get quite the view, but it's not you really play them that often anyway. I'll just show these upside up. We got my sealed Creeper Crunch box for when we discontinue it. A flash thing for the Game Boy Advance or, you know, DS and whatever. A bunch of games. That one's the only one. That one's for the Game Boy Color. All these others for the Game Boy Advanced. Although all my Game Boy games are right there, so I don't have to do the box end. All of my loose games. Although actually Animal Crossing New Leaf goes in there. I was just playing it earlier. DS games. 3DS games. 3DS Power Charger and some sleeves for DVDs I have. Oh gosh, no. Oh, come on. Oh no. There we go. AR cards, Game Boy Advance lights, Nintendogs, and Metroid Prime demo type things. That one's a demo. First hunt, but that one's a full thing. Switch games, Nintendo Labo Switch games. We have Switch Lite, Joy-Cons, and that accessory, and I don't even know, like Chess Master 2000 Turbo for the PC. That I don't even know really a PC that could play that. You know, obviously my portable games. I keep everything out, even if I do have the box for it, except for these 3DS games, obviously, because they're plastic. PlayStation 2 games for my PlayStation 2 that it doesn't work yet. I need a new laser, but eventually I'll get it. Got some VHSs and a controller and mini arcade. And they are, when I got them, I thought it was a good deal, but no, they're all basically sports games or dance games. We got my VHS recording set up. We have this composite cable coming all the way out from that setup so I can capture stuff to VHS if I want to. We have a bunch of recordables, many of which I have found at thrift stores, some of which people gave to me, including the sealed Sony 8-hour one. Pretty awesome. Saving that for something special. I also recently got this one at a thrift store, another sealed one, a focal one. 120 minutes, 2 to 4 to 6 hours, depending on the setting you use. These are really awesome, real leather cases. Yeah. Looks like they came from a church, so who knows what's on them. That one's just kind of a leather look, although it does kind of feel like it. Just other stuff, VHSs, my actual recording thing, you know, so I can record all different things, cameras and such. It's all plugged into the TV back there, with extra VHSs and Blu-rays back and DVDs back there, and also the computer I use for scripts and occasionally capture and just other random stuff. I'll talk about the roof now, or ceiling. We have a microphone here for when I'm recording at the shelves, which I haven't used yet, but I will eventually use. I have this brand new chair. That's fun. I just put the old one over there. Oh, getting it. Just put that there for now. I also can lower the headphone jack if I, you know, because I have my tripod over there. Advanced System 3 logo. I'm yet to hang up. Won't talk about the set itself just yet. So yeah, ceiling just has some stuff hanging up, you know. Pretty self-explanatory. Let's talk about the walls. I'll start here. We got a whiteboard for my Minecraft ideas. That's pretty self-explanatory. We got boxes for stuff I've bought over the years. VHS camera that doesn't work in there. Just all sorts of boxes. Pictures, wood grain wallpaper, of course. Bags, who even knows what. Carl the mushroom. Trash. You know, I mean, that pretty self-explanatory stuff there. Jake's fake mustache. That came with my PVM. You know, Nuka-Cola clock. Pretty. Oh, there's my calculator collection, also with the hammer from when I was hammering in those cable mount things. Yeah, so we already talked partially about the VHS recording portion of my setup. Now let's talk about the setup itself. we have my NES inside of my Nintendo Video Game Center. As you can see, it is in there with the NES one and light one. Just kind of have the controller there. Atari 2600 with the controllers. This I was using for the cables when I was hooking up those speakers. Let's put them there for now. Vortex video game and Great Big Game thing. That was for my birthday from a friend. Micro SD to SD adapters. My old collectible Angry Birds things. That was the first video game I ever played. So it's a special game to me, and I have all these figures from when I was little. Although that broke when I was trying to smash open the safe. That I just put these in and lost the key too. Although I guess I could have stole one of those keys, or at least used it while bringing it to a store, because I have the same key. I don't know. Nintendo Switch backpack, I mean, hot glue gun and composite switcher, obviously. We have the Super Nintendo, N64, original Xbox, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, Retron 5, another VCR, and Xbox One, a Genesis Mini that's modded, a PlayStation 1, and a PlayStation 2. We have this really awesome switcher, an 8-way switcher, power switchers. There's about 20 things hooked up here, 20 consoles, and like TVs and such. We have my Xena System 3, I named my channel after. Hello there, I should say. Beautiful TV. I love it. It's amazing. As you can see, it was definitely made by Apple and not Zenith. With my prized PVM, spent $120 on it, 60 of which were shipping. Beautiful looking when it comes to picture. That one's beautiful looking when it comes to either the Atari 2600 being plugged into it, because it was meant to be run through RF, and also how it looks. Oh yeah, this is a really awesome looking VHS store, so yeah, even more VHSs in here. I find myself kind of a collector of VHSs. Hey look, you might have seen this one in a video. With some damage from the video. That's fun. Now we got charging for the Switch and Xbox. I'll talk about my recording setup now. I found this mouse that I don't really use. I just kind of have it here at a garage sale. It doesn't actually move. It just has this ball. I don't even know why there's a hole in the bottom for it. Maybe to push it out. That you use to move the mouse around. And then you just click those buttons. I don't know, kind of weird. Don't like that design either. But you know. Just put that in there. We got our realistic microphone here with a very heavy bass, which makes it really nice for when I'm live streaming or making videos. You know, just kind of have it sitting right here while I talk and look at whichever TV I choose. Very nice with its 6mm to 3.5mm jack plugged into the computer here. We also have the stick I use. Yeah, that's where the mouse is plugged in. And then we have my home network, or at least my personal home network within this home. It's a Wi-Fi router that doesn't take in the Wi-Fi. It takes in Wi-Fi. So basically we have our main few, like 3 routers, and then this just takes, it's basically hacked so that it takes in Wi-Fi as opposed to producing Wi-Fi, and then puts it out through Ethernet, which is basically Wi-Fi on a wire. That goes into this computer because it cuts out randomly. My Xbox One because it's slow otherwise. And my original Xbox. Yeah, you can still put that online. My hi-fi. It's a hi-fi. Sony one with a DVD player and such. Although one port is broken, which I have to fix. As you can see, my speakers are hanging up. Yeah, so that they're not all over the place. Kind of important. Yeah. And here's my capture card. So we have, yeah, this. I used to have an old one. It's like buried in there somewhere. But basically, my first box was like an actual box. It's up there somewhere. I don't feel like hanging it either. But it was good, and it has really good quality, but you can't live stream with it. It split the clips randomly, and also had a million errors all the time. This has none of those problems. It makes my stuff a lot less complicated because my hi-fi is run through a 3.5mm headphone jack into RCA converter. So basically, this solves a lot of my problems because even when I had that other capture stick, it didn't even have an output, so I had to split it, and that made the picture look worse for the, so I didn't have delay because there wasn't an output, and so if I put it out through my computer, the picture would be smaller, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it looked bad and had delay, so, but it didn't, so what this is, why this is better, is that it has a output. This is going directly into the modern TV. If you're wondering about the old consoles going through composite into that one, it basically outputs into that one, and that VCR in turn into that TV. Whole complicated thing. I can talk about my setup alone in a whole other video for like 40 minutes if I wanted to. We have composite splitters needed here because one doesn't, like, it's just barely enough power to work, so it doesn't have enough power to switch though, so I need to press the button, you know how it is. Yeah, so the amazing thing about this one is that it does have a delay, but that doesn't really matter if you're watching live, because you don't even know. It has a input, obviously, HDMI input. The composite consoles are sent through a composite to HDMI converter, and then the RF ones are sent from a RF to composite converter, and then into and then into a composite to HDMI converter. But anyway, this is amazing because I don't need the capture box to its headphone jack because it doesn't have delay. That's why I had to split it before for the audio and video. Now I just have this. It's all, basically just imagine it as everything's manages to go through an HDMI signal into this, and then so it goes directly out through this cable into that TV. Composite cables split really early on, right from that capture box with a composite splitter into, all these TVs, and RF too, obviously. And so yeah, it has that direct output. Then it also goes into here with its delay, has the nice headphone jack output, also has a microphone input, although I don't use that because I can't. It'll all be one audio, and it won't be a separate, like, microphone thing and game thing I can switch. So basically, I want to be able to make this a lot louder because it's a very low microphone, but so if I turned the whole thing up, if it was both that and the game audio up, it would basically make both of them really loud. So what I did with this microphone is I just plug it directly into here because, like I said, that would just make it part of the same thing, so I can adjust the microphone and the game separately. I'll show you real quick how I'd play. Let's say I want to play on the N64. I'd do power 3, switcher 3. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's 4 in this case. Turn on the console. Obviously, we have the direct output that looks really good into my PVM. Hello? Give me a moment. Yeah. I can turn on my hi-fi here. There's their output. Yeah, hopefully you can hear that. And then on this computer, actually I don't want to show you my password, so cut. As you can see, we have that going directly into there without lag. And it isn't 16:9, but whatever, it still works. We have our capture. So that's how I capture video and live stream and everything through that stick right there, going directly into this computer with the direct output, so there's no lag, into that TV. The only way it goes to that one is through, actually I'll show you. Back here, there is a composite splitter, and basically all that doesn't matter because there's no connections back there. So basically nothing's really complicated to get unplugged because literally all of the, like, everything's just plugged in. For composite, it goes into the composite splitters, which are daisy chained together, into the composite connects it to HDMI converter, into the splitter, into the capture, into here, and also split out into there, and also right out of the switcher, switched into there, and then that outputs everything there. HDMI just goes directly into the splitter, or a combiner, into the capture card, and into the computer. So that's basically a brief rundown of my setup. It's not that complicated, it just, I made it just so that it does everything I need to do. Capture video, have good audio, have all my consoles, make them look great, and capture them without lag. So with that, I'm Zan System 3. This is the end of the video, and goodbye. Accidentally ended that a bit too early. Goodbye, as Mario slides down the ice thing.